Well, so this is the Cleric. You know them as the holy divine of the world of D&D. Not as much as the Paladins,
Are you
but
recording this?
yes.
Okay.
So the thing about the Paladin, I mean the Cleric healers, is that they don't have shields. They don't apply shields on the healing. Very different from the Paladins and the Warlocks. They don't apply shields, but they have higher numbers in healing. Am I right, Graham? What do you think?
It depends on the situation.
Yeah, I think at the moment they're the second highest single target.
They will get replaced too soon. So don't worry
Yeah,
about it.
you guys definitely have a better like AOE going. Like it seems like you guys just effortlessly keep healing people.
Well,
Yeah,
kinda.
it's strong AOE.
Yeah, healing word it doesn't get diminution. It's literally 6 seconds. Sorry, 18 seconds of healing. So this is the cleric loadout, the devout one. So before, back in my days, mod 15, you used to play a cleric in both loadouts as support classes. They used to buff and debuff. So with mod 16, they everything away. They delete everything that and bam, healer. Okay, let's begin with. It's kind of hard. Let's start with encounters. So, there is a little thing with encounters. Drop down this. And it's that you can use some rotation, whatever you want, but only it will be good if you have more than 60% outgoing healing. If not, then you should stick with these three encounters. Exaltation to boost the healing word, and the oh shit button that I always use in hardcore boss, as people may know. So, exaltation increases the outgoing healing of the next heals, next healing encounters, at wills, dailies, but it doesn't go over. It doesn't count towards the cap of outgoing healing. So, for example, if I use this, I have 87% outgoing healing. I use the encounter. Now I get a 20%, but here still at 87. So that power doesn't count towards your outgoing healing cap, meaning that you will get like 110% outgoing healing for the next duration of the power. Well, healing word is just raise the icon and let the people heal. It will go to everyone, but will prioritize the player. It won't go towards the companion anymore. Because before it used to go towards the companion. Thankfully they changed that. It was an easy way to farm healing. Then we have intercession. So intercession is a encounter that doesn't use divinity, but instead has a long cooldown of 23 seconds. It can get reduced by a lot of things. But the main thing is that it's a single target, 1800 magnitude healing. So it's really good to save people from death. Right, Fox?
Oh yes, glass cannons appreciated.
Glass cannon really love it. Trust. Okay, so if you have less than 60% outgoing healing, that is the best rotation you can go with encounters. Now, if you have more than 60% outgoing healing, that is where the fun begins. You can go with this one, Divine Glow. It will increase your divinity and reduce your threat, even though some dungeons the enemies ignore the threat. I would like to say hi to boss. So yeah, increases the divinity regen. That is mostly useful, and combined with Forte, it also comes very handy. So, any questions?
Yeah, sounds solid.
I hear myself, but that's it.
No questions at the minute.
No, I'm taking notes.
Good.
Yes.
Now, I would be grateful if you'd post some screenshots of the towers in the channel, though.
Yeah.
Shadow, that'd be good. Thank you.
I
Oh,
will
I'm
do.
taking screenshots as he's going.
Now, there is some things you can play around with Astral Shield. For example, in Tom Runs, for example, the Sphere of Annihilation, you can guard your tank. You can put this over your tank and he will get defense and get healed by little amounts, but get healed. It's very useful. Last one I didn't use it because we have another Cleric that was using it. I'm not sure if it stacks, so I better not use it.
It doesn't stack.
Well, and then just keep one. Bastion of Health. The infamous Cleric power that used to be the best, but now is meh. So, you have a party of 5 people, you use this Bastion of Health, and the amount, this 1600, gets divided by those 5. Kinda useful, just to be like spam healing. It doesn't use a lot of divinity. So if you have 2 people, everyone will get killed by 800 magnitude. Not very useful lately. Before, some patches ago, I think it was in mods 16 and 17, it also gets divided by the companion. And during that time was the time of the augments, the era of the augments, so everyone would go with the companion around, meaning that this will get divided by 20.
Oh, the
Sorry,
division
10.
on it.
Yes.
Yeah, the division on it was only introduced when they redid the healing system, when they implemented the tab target.
Like basically that during that time they killed Sebastian of Health. Because
Oh,
for
yeah,
some
they did.
I think even later after that, it also includes enemies, so it gets divided also by the enemies, even if the enemies didn't get healed, sorry.
There was a lower limit. It didn't get lower than 400 or something like that.
It was a nightmare, for sure. Oh, well, you have it, this one, Crimson Light. The DD buffer. It removes the negative conditions. Also, it doesn't work in most of the dungeons, debuffs. I tried it on Gnome, and I tried it in Tom, but didn't work either. So very useful for
Well,
expeditions.
It depends on what your
Expeditions is where I use it.
yeah, in Tiamat it'll free people from the ice. It just depends on what the debuff is itself. When you're in Cradle and you get that little electric shock on you that stuns you for a second, it'll remove that debuff as well.
I think that it does remove debuffs that are not from bosses.
It removes Tobrian's chains.
Does it?
Now it does. There was a time when it didn't remove them, but when they made it easier, they also changed it, it seems.
Yeah, I remember those times.
Hey guys,
I
what's up?
tried it and Harry, I tried it and didn't work the last time.
It works now.
So yeah.
This is the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is
Cleric.
Cleric.
You gonna teach me how to have some class?
That's the forgotten hope, I'm afraid.
And you have some offensive powers, to help a little bit with DPS. When I know that I'm running with a good group, I can usually go this way, healing ward, and then start spamming Daunting Light. Not very much damage, but it's just support. So, add wheels. Oh, this is the fun part. You can go with either one of those, of these three. It depends on your build mainly. For example, I'm using this ring that I need to do damage. I need to hit 10 times the enemies to get power. So I had to go with these two no matter what. You can also go with Soothe. Soothe is a single target healing. It doesn't heal for much, but it's always welcome. And this one, Blessing of Light, is a must-have every time. Increases the healing by 10%, and it doesn't count towards the cap of outgoing healing. Now that I think about it, most of these powers that increase the outgoing healing doesn't go
It's
towards
all
the cap.
overkept. Plus,
Yeah.
there's an item modification to get an additional 5% for it too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wrong. There's one. I was lucky with this with this weapon.
Right?
So my favorite to use offensive at will is Scattering Light. And now I'm about to show you something really fun. What happened? You fire, and at the second, maybe less than a second, explodes. So, if you're not in a difficult dungeon, or you trust in your team, there is a little trick that I learned you can do. You hold the mouse button, and start tabbing. It will like restart the cast, and start doing that.
Oh, so you're basically skipping the animation is what
Yeah,
you're doing.
to cancel. You cancel the animation.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
It refills your daily like nothing. It's really good to refill the daily really quick. That's a little trick of mine. Well, I learned on the Cleric channel. I haven't had the chance to use it too much. I can't use it on Town, for example. I tried a couple of times and the tank ended up dead. So I don't
Oh, I
really know.
used the other one.
The fire one?
No. The one that gives you the halo. I can never remember the damn name of it. It's your other at will that you have there.
This one. So,
No,
Sacred Flame.
no, the last one.
Oh, Blessing of Light, yeah. I also use it.
Yeah, that one. When you're in combat, it'll read. It gives a big boost to your action point.
Oh, really?
Is that the one you were talking about yesterday, Fox?
Yeah, that's the one I use.
I just kept it. I just use it for the.
Yeah, I
Boost.
can. See, I keep that up, and as while I'm healing, I'm constantly casting that, and it builds the action point fast enough where if I have the angel out, I can recast the angel before it's done again.
And that's for generating your divinity
No, it's
it's
just for
more
generating
healing.
the action point.
action points. Okay.
Yeah, the at will increases your outgoing
Healing.
healing by like 15%. So every time you click it, every time you see the halo on your head, you have that buff going. So when he casts a heal, it'll go away. So I'm building the action point off of it because you're stuck in combat the whole time. So it's like right now, since he's not actively in the dummy, and then even if he does attack it, it'll
Yeah, let's go somewhere.
so you won't be able to pull it. Go somewhere pretty easy because they're gonna beat on you.
Yeah, they will have a hard time killing me. So yeah, that is the ad wheels. Not very much, not very impressive. And then comes the daily. We'll see them in a second. Especially this one. Hey, see enemies over here. Huh. The only day I came to this place and it's empty.
Oh, everybody's in a mad dash to get everything out of here at the moment. Then you get to cast your heals as well.
Ding. And remember, I get 10% from the mirror set. But yeah, as a cleric, when you're healing, you always have to improve the healing whenever you're going to use an encounter that heals everyone. Always Blessing of Light first, then the encounter. It also works towards the mark. Hey, don't look at me. So yeah, that is basically the encounters and at wills. Now dailies. This is very useful in many ways. You can go with either 2 defensive or support, or 1 offensive and 1 healing. Guardian of Fate, literally it's just like 2 damage. It's not very much, but it's always good. It's always welcome. It's 1700 magnitude, and it applies a little stun to the enemies. I personally don't use it in groups of enemies. I prefer to heal everyone with Guardian of Life that grants healing over time. In the, for example, Bolt of Stars is really useful when we're fighting the enemies in the little grove before going through the portal, the second portal. It will give 6 ticks of healing and has a duration of 15 seconds. So in those 15 seconds, if it goes like the 6 ticks, I don't know, in 10 seconds the effect is over. So if people doesn't get hurt during those 15 seconds, the effect will be over, and that's it. It's just a healing. Hallowed Ground is kind of the best one for the cleric healer. A big circle that gives you 10%. 10%? Yes, 10% damage reduction and heal people. Very useful for superstorms, heat waves, the explosion at the DPS check of Lom. What else? Maybe the fight with the Strat. It's really useful, and it's always good to have it. Flame Strike. Fox, do you remember this one?
Oh, I don't use that one at all.
No, me neither. It's not very useful, and it doesn't do them that much damage.
Yeah, the only ones I'll use is my Angel and Hollowed Ground, and that's it.
Have you tried Announce It At Me?
No, I hear it's good, but I haven't used it.
Well, it's a single heal when when people are less than 50% HP, they get healed by 1800 magnitude. Compared to the next one to the Guardian of Life, it's not very useful since it's only 1. So if they are in a constant fight, they will get deleted.
Yeah, every now and again, that first one that you got right there will bug out, and you can what is it? You use it on the DPS side too. But one of the feats that you have for the is it Guardian of Life? I think it is.
Both. This side.
So when you cast it, it drops the angel down and it does damage. Well, it'll bug out sometimes, and it'll treat it like that other daily. So you do massive damage with it, and then it stays around and it heals everybody.
It's awesome. Well, let's go through mechanics. Dodge. It's the dash. Very long. I still prefer the rogue one. It's more. I think it has more invulnerable duration. And Channel Divinity. Here comes the tab mechanic. So, I need a volunteer. Rem, are you there? Graham? Come
The
here, Graham.
Kremlin you're looking for is currently unavailable.
Yeah, apparently. Seems like. Come on,
Graham, are
Graham.
you still there?
Yeah, what's up?
Come to River District, please. Ah, you son of a...
It won't let me port over to you.
You don't have River District unlocked? Shame on you.
Oh, I'm on my tank.
Looks like someone needs to farm the Mirage. Okay, come here, Graham. Well, I lost you. Oh, there you go. So,
He's behind you.
the tab. The tab mechanic. You tap over someone, and you will see that it has little wings. Oh, look, hola. So, that person that is marked will get healed whenever you hold tab. They will get healed. It's just a single person or AoE based on your atwills. I mean, sorry, based on your feats.
Is it line of sight based? If he breaks line of sight with you, can you still heal him?
Yep. If I'm over
Yeah,
here,
it doesn't matter. Oh, okay.
yeah, he gets killed.
Is that new? Did they
It can be
just
line
add
of
that?
sight to target it.
Sorry, what?
Okay, yeah, the initial target, but if he breaks line of sight after
Oh, no, you can.
the
you can
initial
hire-
setup,
You're good.
yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, cool, cool.
I
Is that
find
a new
it's buggy
feature?
sometimes, and it will transfer with little. Sometimes I get little lag spikes, and it'll swap over to other characters, and then you got to chase the tank around if they're one of the bouncy ones to try and get it back on them.
Okay.
Yeah, it is true.
Which can always be fun in the middle of, like Tom.
Other problem that can have with the mark is that you can mark multiple people.
Oh, can you?
It's more a bug.
Yeah, it's a bug.
I've never had that. I've
Now,
never
will
actually
it-
managed to do that.
Will it heal all of the people you have
Marked, yes.
the same amount, or does
This-
it split up the
no.
amount of healing? No,
The
it
same
gets full
amount.
healing. Wow.
It gets full healing because it's supposed to be only one person marked.
Mark the whole party. Yeah.
It's kind of hard to do. Really hard. And yes, Aurora, this was added when they changed the healing. I think it was on mod 18? The beginning of Avernus? Not very sure, but yes. Forte. For the Cleric, the Forte is one of the most important stats since it gives Divinity Regen. As Clerics, healers, we can't generate Divinity. It's passive. So, yeah, we try to avoid using too much Divinity. Having 2 encounters, for example, that uses Divinity is kinda bad, because you will run out of Divinity sooner than you expected. So yes, the more Forte, the best. That is what I'm using this one too. And, well, before you get to check a Paragon, select a Paragon at level 30, Bastion of Health will be 400 cost Divinity, so after 2 Bastion of Health you will run out of Divinity. It's kinda shitty. Don't use that if you're not a healer. So yeah.
What's a good stat for your divinity regen?
There isn't one.
There is not
Oh, there
Forte,
is.
stat.
that's it.
Forte.
Oh, Forte,
Charisma.
that's all you have.
All you
And
have.
Charisma gives extra forte.
So right now the category companion gives an extra 7%. Well, not the companion, but the power enhancement.
Mm-hmm. But if I were to choose one of those, I will stay with the golden bullet pop. Definitely. So let's move to class features. Useful. This one, and this one. More divinity by 150 divinity points, I will say. You have Hallowed Guy, increases healing by 5% of the target within 15 units. So I'm pretty sure whoever has done a dungeon with me has noticed that I'm usually next to the tank. Always. That I literally stick with the tank or stick with the DPS. So that is because you get more healed. Sorry, you get more healing whenever I'm close to you, basically. Yeah. Or don't stick too away from the party. It's not very good. Or don't go ahead of the party. It's not very good either.
Yeah, okay, now I understand why you were always trying to be so close with when we were doing Tom or something when you had me as your healing target. So now I understand why you were, because I never understood why you kept creeping up so much. I'm like,
Overflowing Spirit. When your divinity is full, your coin healing is increased by 25%. Right now, I have full divinity, 86%. Let me use a healing word. Outgoing healing, 61%. So, what is the trick on this one? Usually you just like overpower the first healing you throw, the first healing word. And usually the party will survive until your divinity is full. It's not very common that party dies, because if someone were about to die, you just sorry, power. You just use that one and they will get healed. Use the intercession and they will get healed, and that's it. The mark doesn't use that much divinity either, so it's kinda good to have. With the recent additions to the golden mythic companions, you were able to get the golden bullet pop that increases your outgoing healed by 7%, and another 7.5%, and another 7.5% by having active, meaning that you will be able to reach 90% outgoing healing without needing this one. But then again, it was a pack that costed $150, and it was during a limited time. So, any question about the class features?
So the golden bullet pup gives 7.5 just for the slotted power, and then another 7.5 for having it out, just like it does for the tank.
I think it's worse for everything else.
No, it's on the augmentation, or not the augmentation, the enhancement that you get. It's chance on heal to get your outgoing healing up to 7.5% more.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's a
The
cleric,
new
and you will
companion
get
from
it.
Summerfest will give you the same.
Will give you what? Sorry.
The new companion from Summerfest.
Oh, the dragon.
The flower petal something will give you also on hit a chance to gain 7.5.
Oh, the place of the placeholder. This one.
Yes.
Opa. I'll keep that in mind. That will be useful. You may be wondering why I don't use this one. I usually my tab is just like 1 second and that's it. I won't be moving when tabbing. Also, it's slow, so it's the same as staying still.
Oh, it's not as good as it used to be. It's that was you prayed while you regenerated your divinity back.
Yeah, that was before pre healing changes.
Yeah. Now keep in mind too, like how he's got that last one slotted, so it's good when his divinity is at full. You can switch him out on the fly when you're in combat, and go to another one, and you can always bring it back. It puts the class feature on a 10-second cooldown though.
But there's not much good. There's no other good. Well, maybe this one. But even less when you're
Well,
channel divinity.
no, you do the one that gives you the more divinity. It gives you a bump to it. So like close down your powers, and then you'll hit Alt, and then change it on the tray with the Alt key.
Ah. Spam fate. I changed the wrong one. Okay, I'll try to try it. I always leave it like that because, as I said, I always leave one healing word, and I instantly use this one. I instantly use Divine Glow, so I can regenerate the divinity faster. So in the meantime, everything fights, everything, da 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 da. And for the next time, next 3 seconds, 4, I have the divinity ready, divinity full, and ready to use another healing word. Then again, if someone is about to die, intercession is the best to save them, or even the daily Guardian of Life.
Oh, definitely.
Also, Guardian of Life consumes the blessing of light, the Outwill, and it also stacks with the healing word. Yeah, you have your party immune for 15 seconds, more or less.
So are you saying use Divine Glow instead of Exaltation?
Yes, because I passed the 60% of healing. No
Only
matter.
if only if we're only over 60% outgoing healing is what you're saying.
It's recommended, yes.
Gotcha.
Let's see. Well, fates. This is the fun part. You can see the very end now, and you may be wondering why I haven't picked one. Empowered Sooth. I don't use very much Sooth, but once I played around with my build, and I will do, I might be able to get 90% power constant, and with that one I can just go with Empowered Sooth. It's very good. It's very good healing power. Now, why don't use repeated blessings? As I said before, I usually cast use healing word and divine glowing. Divine glow. So until then, the party gets healed. I won't use normally another healing word unless it's really necessary. But what's the catch? As you can see, it increases the time of the healing word, but it won't go past the initial duration, so it won't go past the 18 seconds. To say it in a way, it will refill the time, but it won't go past the 18 seconds, so you can't go around the spamming healing word because that won't count and you will just wasting divinity. So I prefer the power suit. Cycle of prayers increases divinity regeneration rate every 3 seconds, and whenever you don't use divinity power. I used to run with this one before, but it seems it's not working. I didn't notice any change when I changed it for the other one. It seems that it's not working as intended. Who would know? But
Features.
this features, it just works. Battle prayers. Encounters that cast divinity now creates battle prayers, reducing the cast time of your next light of divinity to 1 second, decreasing the divinity cost by 50. So divinity cost. What is it? So 70. Basically, you mark someone, very useful in dungeons and boss fights. You use a healing power, and for the next 12 seconds, your mark of divinity will take only 1 second to refill. I'm not sure if you see the bar over here.
I see it.
So it usually takes 3 seconds to fill. But if you use a divinity power, being healing ward, the soothe, bastion of health, the debuffer, the shield, it will reduce that to 1 second. Really useful. If you have for example, the intercession on cooldown, You can mark someone, use a healing word, and then heal them to full health. I started using recently, and it's really good. It's really awesome. Blessed Armaments. Divine Glow and Exaltation decrease your damage taken by 10% and additional radiant damage after most attacks. So that means you use that one, you have 10%, you take 10% less damage, and also your attacks do another 20 magnitude of radiant damage. I don't have a minion here. Let me see if I can get to the dummies of that. It applies for both Divine Glow and Intercession. Intercession also increases your damage now. So you will PPUing the people. Let's see if it makes a difference. It shows. Well, it's very different. 20% maximum. I just use it for the decrease in damage. The other one, Towering Light. We are not DPS. It's always good to say that more damage the best, but it will decrease along with your divinity, which can be good if you keep your divinity full always. That happens most of the time, but not always. And down here, Anointed Army, this one. So this one is a pick for whatever you think it goes with you. Persistent Guardian will summon the angel, you see, when using a daily. Charge my divinity, 8 powers. That angel, it will keep you healed for more. It will increase the healing in the thing. It heals 6 times or 45 seconds. So basically, in 45 seconds, if you get to heal 6 times, the angel will go away. If not, she will stay over there, doing whatever the hell she's doing. Anointed Army. Whenever you use Anointed Army, increase the damage of the party by 3%. Then again, not my preference. I prefer to keep the party alive. Always.
Yeah, your party will want that, but it's not.
It's not very useful. Then again, I don't like it because you just have to let them get below 50% health. You just apply the effect. And in most of the dungeons, if they get to 50%, they will surely die. I would like to say hi to the archers and boss that one-shot you almost.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
The irony on it is, at lower levels, it would be good to use, but you don't have the options at lower levels.
No, this unlocks around level 17 something. Does it say? Yeah, 68, sorry. 68, 59, 50, and 41. Okay, now, this is the catch. The last one. I don't pick one. Why? So, what I showed you before about the Mark of Divinity is that whenever I use a healing power, it takes only 1 second to fully charge. Right? Both of these feats increase the duration of that Mark of Divinity, overlapping the battle prayers. They're not both the same. Remember when I said before that the Mark of Divinity can be a single target or multiple target? Wait, this is the feat that makes it multiple target. Whenever it fully reaches the full charge, it will heal in AoE for the same amount. And this one is Angel of Death, but a shitty version. It's not very good. Not very good. Just because it has an 180 seconds cooldown between use and use. So yeah, that is. I don't pick one. That's why I always have the glowing icon, and it can be really annoying. I got used to it, thankfully. But yeah, any questions? Oh, I will mute something here. 1 second. So no one has a question. That's good. I'm not really good at giving lessons, but it's something to say. So
No, a lot of information. You're doing really good.
thank you. What else? Where should we go? Let's go to something easy, and it's gonna be mounts. Mount. Appearance, whatever you want. That's something useful, usual. My favorite, of course, is going to be either the cauldron or the fancy pony stick. Now, mounts powers. Usually, as a healer, you're going to support the party. You're going to play the support, so piercing screech, whatever, cauldron, or even whatever buff or debuff to the party, or to the debuff to the enemy, will be help. So that means you just get to use support powers. You could also go Madman and go with Tunnel Vision, what I do on dungeons. It really helps to the DPS checks and to kill any enemies. It's always good to have. Equip powers. This is most whatever you need, actually. I have awareness, so I can get like almost 50% on everything on my defensive stats, so that means I will be alive. Even now I can take one of the fireballs in Tom. I can take the little fireball that appears in the back, always. And actually survive. Sorry. So yeah, the mount power is just the mount equip power is just to balance your stats. You need power, go dominant force, critical severity. There's one of critical severity that I don't have. You can go with the one from the T-Rex. That gives critical severity and power. But yeah, it's just I just use it, for example, to balance my stats. Nothing very fancy. That may change when I get to a higher level, but in any case, I will let anyone know. Now, in this table, to get 100% bolster, you need 10 mounts at Mythic. And the insignias for healer, always dominance, to get that forte. That divinity region, you can go for prosperity to get more hit points. And well, mark gold and everything. Then again, this one is also useful to balance your stats if you need more critical severity, if you need more critical strike. But my recommendation, my suggestion will be go for dominance and more forte. Mount colors. They are almost all bad, right? I just have only two. One that gives my critical severity and one that gives my outgoing healing. Then again, outside of that, there is nothing more useful. Maybe get one of the movement speed if you want to be zooming around. Same with the insignia bonus, Gladiator's Guide. I have 3 because I'm a madman and I like to go zooming around. Getting 3 gives me 17.5% movement speed. Very useful. I have Shepherd Devotion. Whenever you use a daily power, the party gets more defense. So yeah, very good in a heat wave, in a superstorm, in any, I would say, survivability check. Cavalry Warning. When I use my combat power, I get a buff to 2000 to all the ratings of to all my ratings for 10 seconds. Maybe overcap a little some of them, but that's okay. If you are leveling, I mean not leveling, sorry, if you are making your character getting everything and you need refinement points, another good one to go for is Wanderer's Fortune. You get to farm a lot of refinement points with this one. There is one of the mounts that also have the same, but for Astral Diamonds. It's one of the apparatus.
A Qualsh.
This one. Oh no, this is the tank. Opa, where is this? This is. If I'm not wrong, this is the one that has.
That's it.
Yes, the Qualish. I think it's that one. So yeah, play with the mount, check whatever you need. I recommend that always get a Griffin for the healer. That will always come in handy. ¿Qué pasa? Dale, nos vemos. So yeah, that
Can
is.
it be any kind of griffin, or does it have to be a specific kind?
No, you can get both Griffins. Sorry,
The
any of
legendary.
them.
He's talking for the piercing
I think
screech.
the armored or the Feywild, both of them have the same.
Well, I don't
Gotcha.
have the fear wall, but is it also Piercing Screech?
I know that's what's recommended for Tom. I just wasn't sure if there was anything different.
Well, any Griffin would be good. You know, to survive that spicy superstorm.
And then we're pretty lucky as of right now because that's the current one that we're pulling out of the lockboxes. So
Yeah.
the legendary Griffin has dramatically dropped in price.
Yeah, when I bought it like 6 million ID.
As to where when I picked it up, I think I spent over 6 million for the Griffin, and I think it's down to under 1 million now for the legendary.
Yeah, I bought it for 6 when they changed the runestones.
The rough astral diamond one is 3 enlightened.
3 enlightenment. Then yes, it was that mount because it had 2 enlightenment and 1
Yeah, it's only that one though.
3 enlightenments and 1 universal.
Yeah, there's a fancy version of it that does not have that.
I'm pretty sure I've seen it around. Probably. I should get one of those. Not very useful. I still have like 100,000 and so on my road to refine tomorrow. So, let's see. We covered mounts, powers. Let's go with the race, with creating a cleric. So, personally, and this is for me, I don't care about race bonus, racial abilities and everything. I prefer more like just go for the looks and things like that. But if you do care, ACMR is the best. Well, one of the best, sorry. Because you also have, was it this one?
The Widow.
The Wood Elf, sorry. The Wood Elf. To dexterity and either to intelligence or wisdom. Intelligence, if you...
Did they release it yet for Mod 21? The Asimir race? Does anybody know?
No, they did not. As far as I know, they have no intentions on re-releasing that race. They may do it in a future pack on the Zem store, but as of right now, it's if you didn't buy the milestone packs, then you just can't get it.
Yeah, okay.
If you're going for DPS, the Moon Elf is really good. It's just DPS. It gives you 2 intelligence and 2 either charisma or dexterity. But yeah,
It matches up with the Sun Elf. They have the same.
it's just a reskin, seems right? Well, maybe some other changes.
It's got some bonus. I mean, when you buy the Moon Elf, it comes with a armor enchant too.
As you may see, my Dragonborn, my beautiful Dragonborn, is my cleric. And I created that character as I mean because I put all the wit options at max. That is why it's so big. But yeah, I personally don't care about going for races or anything. But yeah, Wood Elf, Human, or Asimar if you have it. That's the one to take into consideration.
Some elf as well for the action point game.
Well, yeah. That is good. That's
Well, the action point gain is not a real issue with the cleric though.
It's really fast to get action points, even more faster than my rogue, for example. Okay, so we cover race. Boons. We go to boons. We're healing. Outgoing healing. Blessed touch. From tier 5 to below that, just pick always HP. That is a must-have. If you want to do any hard content, this is a must-have. Movement speed, always. I prefer running around faster. And then power. As cleric healers, we don't get very much power unless we get it from either the companions and other different stats, food buffs, everything. And the boons, that includes boons. Accuracy, we don't care about that. Combat advantage, we don't care about that. Now, critical severity and critical strike, yes, we do care about those. It's always good, it's always welcome. Defensive. Deflect is trash now. It used to be really good. But then, awareness and defense, these two are the meta right now. So these two are the always. Are must have always. Critical avoidance is really good. Don't get hit by those dryads and bolt of stars. Tier 5, the other one, more forte, more divine regen, critical severity too, keep that in mind. And master boons. Now here's where it comes something funny. I use this one, blessed resilience, more defense to the target. The target can be anyone with healing word, and it can apply safe firmly roam multiple times. 6% more health to the people, and you regenerate their stamina. So very useful for the tanks. Very useful. Other ones that I used to run was Blessed Advantage, when power there had not a cap. This one was the meta before. So between those two, you may get people that don't get to 90% power, so you can help them. And 15% recharge speed is really good. So you can choose whatever you fancy from these two. But from this, it's always it's a must-have, the Blessed Touch and the Forte, the Masterclass. Any question from wounds?
So in your on your tier 5, what is the second one in?
Tier 5, Blessed Touch.
No, the second one in that you have 4 in.
This one. Oh. What did you say?
In your tier 5, the second one in on the left.
Masterclass?
Oh, Masterclass. Okay, gotcha. Sorry.
No worries. I forgive you. So, what else? Well, anything. You can get more demonic mastery. We always will be doing Demogorgon, as there are 2 places with either demons or devils. So it's always welcomed. Lingering medicine increases the healing of your potions. Basically, who heals the healer? In a way to say, it's always good to have potions. Aside from that, that's all. That's all that's useful. Undead, we don't have any place that has too many undead. Maybe Never That Graveyard. But and at the point when you get to this part, you will have already killed everything in one hit in that place. Now, Stronghold. Since my guild is kinda new, I don't have any boons from Stronghold yet. But, then again, whatever you need. You need critical severity, go for this one. You need power, go for this one. Yeah, but now there's either critical strike or there's a group stat bonus over here that I used to use. Well, it seems that it's not here. Well, critical strike, critical severity, or power. Big one. Defense. Well, as the name says, defense, you can go for defense, awareness, or hit points. Then again, pick whatever you need. Utility. This is going to get replaced for movement speed next mod, so something to take into consideration. Treasure Hunter. If you're farming up the charts on double professions, comes really handy, but only if you're rank 6 and up of the Explorers Guild. Mount speed is also really good. What is this one? Revive sickness. It reduces the effect of the revive sickness. And then PvP, since I don't do much PvP, I just joke around. I don't really know about this one. But since I will go with this one, Stamina Drain. Oh yeah, that's related to Guild Stronghold wounds. Any question here? And we are at the part of the most difficult parts. That is companion and gear. Let's start with gear. From here. Ability scores. Wisdom and Charisma. Charisma equals Forte and cooldown. Forte means divinity regen. And cooldown it's cooldown. Love it. Gotta love it. Wisdom. Outgoing healing. Even more outgoing healing. That's really welcome. Something to keep really in mind. Before it used to be the best, it used to be dexterity or wisdom. But thank God they changed that. So, now. Gear. If you're just a new level lady, or level 20, depending on when you're watching this, you can go for the gear of the seals, of the current seals. That it will always help, since it will give you item level and enough stats to do most of the dungeons, I think. Maybe you will need companions and everything. But lately they added the last seals gear to have outgoing healing as a stat, as one of the ratings. So it's to keep really in mind. Weapon set. At the very beginning, you can either get the one from Avernus, from the maps. Let me see if I find them. Okay, I may not find them. Let's pick a weapon. A bit more. Avernus. Is it here? Weapons of Avernus. Here. This one. Legion Guard. It will give you power and defense. It's really useful. And it's quite good in item level. Once you advance a bit more, you can go for the face set. Weapons. Let's see here. The holy symbol, or the face set, basically. When you have both and use an encounter, you get 10% of your action points and increase the outgoing healing by 6% for 10 seconds. It's basically Mirage, but instead of summoning copies, you do more healing. You heal more. Another good weapons to go are...
No. Go head back to the other one, the relic set.
This one?
That one.
Or this one?
No. Go, that one.
This one?
No. Then the other one. The relic set.
Oh.
11 at 23.
Oh, should love. Yeah, I kinda got rid of this, I think. If you use
Yeah, it's a one shot. You have to do all the stuff in Sea of Moving Ice, and then that unlocks. You get the. I can't remember what they're called. It's like rusted or whatever. But then you have to restore it, and then the restore process is actually worse than it is doing the stuff in the River District. But the bonus off of it's really nice.
yeah, if you send Encounter Power, you can overcharge attack, which increases your outgoing damage by 10% and heals you. Wait, does it also increase the outgoing healing?
Yes.
Also, I guess it takes the outgoing damage as healing too. Just had Seal of Moving Ice.
Yeah, Sea of Moving Ice.
That's a hard pass for me. I just hate that place. The
Oh,
weapons.
the farm on is horrible. It is really bad.
Hey, remember this one? The Primal.
Yeah, I have that on a healer. The Tyrant set's pretty nice too.
Mm-hmm. I was going to that actually. Is this
The
one?
Tyrant set is actually bugged at the moment too. If you, like, say you're running Tom and you fall, you will lose that bonus and you will not get that bonus back.
It also expires after 10 minutes. So in long fight it's not very useful. There's also this one, the Barovian, the Sunset, but to restore it you need to run a lot of Castle Ravenloft. Since it's not a guaranteed drop, the Sunset Shard. I actually have it on my bank to restore. I need this. 17 of those shards, and they are not a guaranteed drop in the last boss in the fight against Strahd. So I would say stick with the Fae. I mean, if you just start healing, you're new level 80, get the Legion Guard set, then go farm the Fae set, and start getting strong until you are able to do Tom, sorry. If I'm not wrong, the Lionheart, sorry, gives 7.5. Yes, 7.5 outgoing healing.
So the face set is going to be better than doing the celestial set that we can get from. I mean, no, not celestial. Sorry, the blessed set.
Blessed set. Yeah, the Fae is better than Blessed.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we get the face set?
It's the same way you're doing Mirage. The only difference is you're gonna do Nestoria's castle to get the reagent from her.
Oh, right, yeah, right. Never mind, that was stupid.
Oh, that's okay. I forgave. No, but yes. I really like the face set. Unfortunately, I don't have any Lionheart weapon to trade out, but I prefer to have this 10% more action points every 13 seconds. Okay, artifact set. We can get either this one, the Spartan.
Controversy time.
Yeah, we are entering in dangerous places now. The Star Shard Choker, Star Shard set from boss. Up to 10% outgoing healing, but the target is at almost 0% HP. So in you will get around 7.5, 6% outgoing healing from the target. If I'm not wrong, and I hope no, I'm not, the target will be each person in the healing wall. So it will be a different value for everyone, depending on their
Yes.
HP.
That is correct.
Now, it's controversy because there's also the Tiamat set. The TMS is a constant 5% outgoing healing. The thing is, with the difference on the item level and combat rating, I think it's not worth to get it. And also, the price of the orb. Yeah, I don't think it's worth getting it anymore. It's quite expensive to get it. And it's because mostly the Tiamat orb, it drops only when the Horde, the Tiamat Horde reclamation at Well of Dragons is at 4, rank 4. And it's just a chance to drop. We're at Sunday, and it's just like not even at 3. So it's not, I would say, if you're making a healer, go for the Fae. Sparkling Fae set. And
it's really not that expensive either.
Yeah, I think it's the entire set of the Action House is 500,000 AD. But yeah, my suggestion is go for that one. Is the Demogorgon has the same effect, right?
Yes, the only difference between the Demogorgon and the face set is it's exclusively to damage, as where the face set they added in the healing.
Oh, true. Now I remember what healers didn't used to run with Demogorgon. Well, artifacts. Try to get the one with power, critical strike, and hit points. The pain artifact you can use whatever you need. Actually, there is not much place. Ring of Fall, Weather to group up the enemies, Heart of the Black Dragon to apply debuff. Where's the well, it's basically what you need. I don't have very much artifacts, so I usually just run with Heart of the Black Dragon, and if I'm doing Taunt, I equip the Tiamat Orb for that 50% damage reduction on the boss. But yeah, I'm not sure if there is another better artifact.
It's only 5 seconds. That's the problem.
Yeah, there's only one situation that I personally find it useful to use it, and that is during the Superstorm. Also keep in mind that this cast time is horrible. I hate it. I had to figure out a different way to get my rotation to completely debuff.
You can cancel the animation on it.
I know, but in that moment of the fight, I just like go for the daily Griffin and then use the Tiamat Orb. Sometimes I try to use the Tiamat Orb and cancel the animation with the daily power, and it just don't use the Tiamat. Don't use the artifact at all. Okay, let's move on. Shirts and pants, the highest item level you can get. Obviously, try to get like in the seals one. There is one with critical strength and critical severity, if I'm not wrong. Maybe not. Well, you will have to pick which one you need. It's also to balance the stat. For the pants, most of the pants have defensive stats, so try to get the one with defense and awareness. Or, in the workshop, one of the highest level pants have offensive stats. Sorry, let's this one. Velvet. But as a healer, you won't find it useful. So just stick with the pants that are the higher item level. Rings. With the introduction of Bolt of Stars, we got a new couple of interesting rings. See if I can find them. Here. Is this one? One of the rings gives a 4,500 outgoing healing. this one. So that means 4.5 more outgoing healing. And there's another one that caught my attention. The 5% one, 5% power. One that gives you 5% power and accuracy. This one.
A red eyes glare.
Mm-hmm. With that, I will have it's easier to cap power, and since the recent nerf to the watermelon sorbet, I still have 55 of the one that gives 10%. Now the watermelon sorbet gives you 5% power, so whatever you can get to cap your power will be really useful. Gear. If you're doing Bolt of Stars, if you're able to pass it, or at least pass the first boss, you can farm this one. It will be the best for the arm pieces as a healer, since it gives outgoing healing. And the more, the best. With the introduction of the hardcore mini-boss in Bolt of Stars, there is some new pieces of gear that are really useful and to take into consideration. It's the rain. In a way to say the rain set. Rain Catcher gives you 7,500 outgoing healing when you are about 50% health. And the other one is Raindrop Raiment. Gives you 1% outgoing healing for each player on your team. This goes towards the other contributions. It doesn't go to the rating. So
The hood too.
You sure? No, I think this one goes to the rating.
Oh.
No, I'm saying the hood is also one that you want.
Yeah. I'm getting tired of getting this one, but you know. Sorry. We're getting off the topic. So, boots. I'm not sure which of these ones are good. I'm currently running with this one. Closer the enemy, more defense. And it's a other contribution, I guess. You will always be... also, this one seems really good. I want you to try it, since it seems more important. So for this side we're covered, for this side we're covered too. Then yes. Weapon set, Fae, Lionheart if you do Tom, Celestial if you go ahead and do Sariel. You can farm the Barobian, you can farm the Tyrant. There is a lot of good weapons for healers. Artifact set, the Sparkling Fae, or the Tiamat one if you're millionaire. If you have lots of AD. If you can run boss, try to get 5% more power ring and the outgoing healing ring. If not, you can go with this one. Gives you enough critical strike and critical strike. It's just like to get your caps, to manage your stats. Enchantments. For utility, forte, always, everywhere. Unless you're farming action points, you can get I don't have it here. The Quartermaster. The Quartermaster enchantments and farm the bags on double, and you open them on double refinement.
With the seal trade, open your inventory, go to the coin, and then click on trade bar. You'll be able to see it right there.
Yeah, that is good. I'm rich. I have 25 trade bars. See, tactical Fae. Also, Fae Blessing is a good one to have. Dragon Horde also drops, but this is the one I'm talking about. So, with the Quartermaster thing, there is a requirement. So, as you see, you have a 3.5 chance and copies of the same enchantment. No matter the ranks will increase the chance. to open the bags that will drop from that will get the spoils of war and the other one, it's recommended to have 11.5. You can get more, but it will be a waste. So you can go with 111, 110, and 3 rank 9. And from those bags you can get everything. And I got some, if I'm not wrong, currency from the old Sharadar. You can get all the runestones that you can exchange for bonding runestones. And you can also exchange for astral diamonds. The last double refinement stones, I found like 500 astral diamonds. 500,000, sorry, astral diamonds. So that's fun to always have around. Weapon enchantment. There is not good weapon enchantment for a healer. You could also run around with no weapon enchantment. I'm pretty sure you noticed that it increased a bit my stats because the weapon enchantment don't give a combined ratings, so you will get more stats. Even though with the recent changes to the weapon enchantments, you can run one that debuffs the boss with defense, or I think there is another one that reduces the awareness. Not very sure about that. But you can.
I don't remember. It's I know Terror and Frozen you want.
The plague fire also reduces the defense of the enemy. So that's
bread and rosewood. Frost also decreases defense.
Exactly. So you can go with either no enchantments and it will be good. Don't worry. You will lose a bit at item level, but you will gain more stats. Something stupid if you ask me.
Yeah, and then a nice thing to note too, with the release of Mod 21, you'll be given a choice pack that'll have all of the enchants in it, even the Bronzewood, which was only from a lockbox. So you can't get charged for it.
Okay, so armor enchantment. Oh, I don't have it here. I'll write it in my inaccurate. Bark Shield. Really nice, really useful. I love it. If not, Elven Battle, you can have more dashes. Increase your stamina regen. If not, do you think negation will be good, Fox?
I run Elven Battle just for the control bonus on it. Or so I'm not controlled as much. So when you get knocked down, the higher the rank that is, it's come up faster.
That's something to keep in mind too. The Shadowclad. That seems to be more popular now. I believe I consider it's a good one to have, but only if
it's
you're
the aggro drop, right?
If I'm not wrong, it gives you more defense and more deflect stacks. I don't remember the aggro. Maybe that's at higher level. Most of the ones I have on my characters are rank 7 that I farmed from Custom Never. So, let me see. I told you it was Shadow Cloud. And you can dice all the enemies around you. I just increase your deflection and defense. Yeah. And every 30 seconds you can get more. You can dice all the enemies around you. But yeah. Personally, I prefer Backshield. I like it a lot. Love it. Backshield. So, offensive enchantments for healer, Radiant. You might see that I may be running with something else that needs to change. But you can also use the enchantments, the offensive ones, to balance your stats again. Defensive, radiance if you have less than 600,000 HP. At the time, you don't get one-shotted by the spread on Tom, so I guess that would be a good value. If you are above 600,000, you can start playing around with what you need on the defense stats. I guess the optimal value would be getting most of the stats to above 50%. But that's just me. Gear modification. This one. Awareness for this part. And hit points. Always welcome. Oh, sorry, I didn't talk about the artifact modifications. Blessing of Light in the main hand, always as a healer. And here, either Forte or HP gain. Again, whatever you need. You can get more recharge speed or stamina regen, even critical severity. So it's up to you. Same here. Whatever you need. I got awareness. I have 53% now. You can get health. I can even get power. That's something that I need to unlock. More defense, more critical strike. Again, balance your stats. So, any question related to gear? Okay, no questions. Then let's go to companions. As a healer, you want to get the most outgoing healing. So the companions that have outgoing healing are the best in the slot. There are more than these three. I think I have them all. The Baron card will give you outgoing healing. This Iron Storm of Radiance will give you outgoing healing. The Polar Bear Cub. The Quickling. There's a Mercenary too. This
Rebel
one,
Mercenary.
the Rebel Mercenary.
Rebel Mercenary.
Mm-hmm.
And the Valenhaas, the one from the belt chest.
The Elite Valenhaas guard.
Yes, this one. Valenhaas Elite Soldier. And this one that gives outgoing healing. I will need to read out on that one. And get power. Because you won't get another way to cap more power. Take up the power. That always has to be at 90%. Deep Grow. And Company. And Alpha Company. How much is the Alpha Company going for?
It's gone down. It's under it's about $1.5 million now.
It's kind of the same that when I bought it. It's always welcome. This one, how is it called? The companion enhancement. Sorry, potency. You can get a. I prefer to use potency equals more power, but you can go also for the debuff for the boss. Armor Plague, Blurred Vision, Tool Sense.
Well, too, apparently in the Summer Festival, we're going to get a companion that'll give you outgoing healing there.
Yeah, that's something I will have to farm. Equipment for the companion. The same, balance your stats. I have 3 of critical strike with power on them, but you can get something else. This part would go for all healer classes, if I'm not wrong. Graham, can you confirm if there is something like that for the healer warlock? I guess Graham is not here. Suck. Summon companion. I use this one for DPS on the boss. This one for more DPS on mobs. But there is one that I have to get higher level, and this is one, Helmet Paladin. Why? Here, Helmet Seal. Attacking the target affected by the helmet seal heals the target attacker, for a 3% of the maximum health. If I'm not wrong, this goes up with the when you get it to higher ranks.
And this is the same.
Oh, well, it's always good to have. Everyone will get healed by attacking, aside from your healing. Sorry. So it's always good to have into consideration.
And the new bell from the current event will speed that up too. You'll cast that faster. And then you can also cheese it. There's a bind command that you can do that when you drop combat, if you change the skin on your companions, it resets your companions. So the next time you go into combat, your companion's all ready to do their special abilities right there.
Yeah, I remember Cathro doing that with Shuna. The last Jubilee we got this companion. That's one of the one we can buy from the store, from the event store. It has a power that gives defense for 10 seconds, or damage resistance of their cells, of incels and allies. I guess that applies to the party. So I guess it's...
Yeah, it's really good. It's only down for 5 seconds. It casts it all non-stop.
I think it's something to keep that in mind. Well, aside from that, I'm not sure if there's another other companion to keep in mind. This one, if you want more defense, the Angel of Protection will give you 5% more defense.
I think that's only to the summoner.
Only to the summoner. Also the heal and everything. So if you feel like you're being too squishy, go for Angel of Protection. If you want to go even more offensive, try your luck and pull a cool iron water from Zuma.
Right.
So that's almost covers almost everything. Any question?
No, not really. Really informative.
Thank you.
You want to have a combination of outgoing healing and stat companions, correct?
Yes. Keep in mind that the other contribution of power, there is only one way to get it, and it's through the companion tab, because everything else will give you power, but in rating. That's why I think this new 5% power ring will be kinda good for a healer, since it will release a bit of tension regarding the power. I'm sure what it is, but you get what I mean.
Yeah, and it's static, so I mean, you're not relying on something to proc in order to get that too.
Now, I was wondering about that. I guess I will have to keep that. So yeah, that will be the healer part. If you can't get to boss yet, and if you collaborate on the Hounds of the Alliance, you can get the Goristo Horns and the Bone Devil Ribcage to increase your critical strike and your critical severity on every heal. So that's something to keep in mind. Well, that's it regarding the Cleric Healer. Anything else that I missed? Companions covered everything. Mounts covered everything. Powers. Don't pick the last one. You will thank me later. Here, Wisdom Charisma. That's it. So that will be for the healer.